the sun, first of all, provides the protein energy, right? The sun provides the grass, the energy that the animals eat, and then we eat the animals and get that energy. Now, what we can do when, at least with what I'm doing, right, as a vegan, is I am skipping the animals and I'm going straight to the source. I'm going straight to the plants, right? But I'm really not getting my energy from the plants. I'm getting my energy from the sun, right? And where did the sun get its energy from? The sun got its energy from the beginning of time, very beginning of the entire universe, right? And that same energy is what sustains us all, that same energy. And so whatever we eat, we are eating the entire universe. We are eating the cosmos. What's up, tribe? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Walker, and my goal for this channel is to be a resource for intellects where we uncover gems and discuss highlights from my favorite books. So if that's something that you're interested in, highly recommend you subscribe and join the tribe, because it really goes a long way in supporting this channel, and it also makes sure that you never miss out. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Today I was thinking we could do another episode of Off the Shelf, because I thought that was really fun last time we did it. And what that is pretty much I just pick a book off my shelf. I have actually a series of books that I'm reading right now by Thich Nhat Hanh. And he has a series right now called How To, and they're really cute books about, how to do things mindfully. And I kind of went through these last video, so if you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend you checking that out. But here it goes, how to, I don't know if you can see that, how to see, how to connect, how to love, how to walk, how to eat, how to fight, how to focus, and I think they're really cool books. So if you haven't actually read these, or if you don't have these already, they're good reminders. I read them, every so often, every day. And yeah, they're good reminders for me to stay mindful in certain scenarios, certain situations, especially when life gets so busy, because life can get really busy. And sometimes I just forget. Sometimes I forget that I can be mindful in certain situations, like the mere act of walking. Sometimes you can practice mindfulness. I tend to believe that mindfulness needs to be acted on when certain things happen, like when bad things happen. But no, you can be mindful in any and every scenario, every situation. There's an opportunity for mindfulness. So that's kind of what these books are about, I believe. Unfortunately, the author has passed away, so this is what we have left of him. So I hold these dearly, hold on to these dearly. Yeah, let's just get right into it. I'm just going to randomly pick a book. So I'm just going to shuffle it. And I'm going to look away so you guys don't think I'm cheating, And now I'm just going to pick a random one. Pick the one on top. I don't even know what this one is. Okay. So I had a feeling this would happen. I did this one last week, or last video. So I'm actually going to put this on the side here and try again. If you haven't seen the video on how to see, that was the first one. So I'm glad I picked this one, because now I can shout out my video. Go check that out after this video. We already did one on how to see, so I'm going to try again. All right, let's see. Let's see here. All right, I'm just going to pick one in the middle. How to eat. Okay. How to eat. Yeah. How to eat. All right. So before I get into this one, I have been dabbling into a vegan diet lately. I tried vegan diet a year ago, and I've tried it a couple times. Tried and failed a couple times. The longest I've gone is 8 months vegan, and it felt so good. My body was just full of energy, and I'm trying it again now. So let's see what we can discover in this book about maybe eating mindfully. Maybe that'll help with my vegan diet. Now what we're going to do is just pick a random page out the book. So let's see here. Let's do something in the beginning. All right. Each spoonful contains the universe. Nice. Nice. All right, here we go. Pay attention to each spoonful of food. As you bring it up to your mouth, use your mindfulness to be aware that this food is the gift of the whole universe. The earth and the sky have collaborated to bring this spoonful of food to you. While breathing in and out, you only need a second or two to recognize this. We eat in such a way that every morsel of food, every moment of eating has mindfulness in it. It takes only a few seconds to see that the food we're holding in our spoon is the gift of the whole cosmos. While we chew, we maintain that awareness. When we chew, we know that the whole universe is there in that bite of food. Sheesh. I love that. I love that. Because for me, doing this vegan diet has been a struggle, to say the least. Because I'm so used to so many different flavors and so many different ingredients and so many different food groups, you know. And when you go to a vegan diet, at least for me, I felt like I was very limited on the flavors, for one, and the food groups, obviously, because they cut out a lot of food groups, or at least a lot of foods that I'm used to. You know, I grew up on a Southern diet. You know, my mother, she's a cook. You know, my mom cooks. So she even uses like bacon grease. I don't know if anybody out there has family members that save bacon grease, but she's one of those that saves her bacon grease and uses it, you know. And so that's the kind of food that I'm used to eating. That's the Southern food. That's the Southern hospitality, you know. So when I switched to vegan, I had to relearn how to appreciate food. And it's been a struggle. It really is a struggle because you feel good. You feel the food that you're eating. The energy that you get from it is just on a different frequency. And so you have to learn to appreciate that rather than like the flavors. At least that's when I started to eat vegan. Then I learned that vegan food can actually taste good, which was a surprise for me because I think that's the paradigm that we all have, is that vegan food, you're sacrificing the taste for the health. And not necessarily. I mean, I've recently been looking up different recipes, and actually there's a YouTube channel that I like called Pickup Limes, and I've been using a lot of their recipes to kind of recreate my experience with vegan food, and it's been really helpful. So, but yeah, back to this. The whole cosmos is in every bite. I love that because Thich Nhat Hanh, he's helped me a lot in recognizing the interdependence of all things. Everything depends on everything else, right? And so something that he says a lot is he references the flour is in the garbage and the garbage is also in the flour. And for this, I see that the universe, the entire universe, the clouds provide the sun, first of all, provides the protein energy, right? The sun provides the grass, the energy that the animals eat, and then we eat the animals and get that energy. Now, what we can do when, at least with what I'm doing, right, as a vegan, is I am skipping the animals and I'm going straight to the source. I'm going straight to the plants, right? But I'm really not getting my energy from the plants. I'm getting my energy from the sun, right? And where did the sun get its energy from? The sun got its energy from the beginning of time, very beginning of the entire universe, right? And that same energy is what sustains us all, that same energy. And so whatever we eat, we are eating the entire universe. We are eating the cosmos, not only the protein. Whenever we're drinking water, the water came from space. The water that we're drinking comes from space. You know, it landed here 4 billion years ago, but it's that same water that we drink. You know, the water that we drink passed through dinosaurs and was here before them. And so we can be mindful that the food that we eat and the water that we drink come from the cosmos. I love that. Yeah. All right, so let's pick another one. Mindful conversations at mealtime. I don't recommend that all meals be silent. I think talking to each other is a wonderful way to be in touch. But we have to distinguish between different kinds of talk. Some subjects can separate us. For instance, if we talk about other people's shortcomings, the food that has been prepared carefully will have no value if we let this kind of talk dominate our meal. Instead, we can speak about things that nourish our awareness of the food and our being together, cultivating happiness. Refrain from discussing subjects that can destroy your awareness of the people around you and the food. If someone is thinking about something other than the good food on the table, such as his difficulties in the office or with friends, it means he is losing the present moment and the food. You can help by returning his attention to the meal. Wow. Okay. So that's a good practice. I can definitely implement that in my relationships. Having a constant reminder of the thing that you're doing, right? How we said previously, we are eating the entire universe, and every bite, we are consuming the entire universe. So why waste that moment? Why waste that opportunity to be grateful? And if you truly loved someone, you would be aware of that when they're not. You would remind them of these things when they forget. I could definitely do that because I think it's easy to get caught up in conversation and get caught up in gossip. I think us as humans, we are drawn to negativity. Because why? Because it gives us something to talk about. Right? We're drawn to these things because it gives us something to think about. It's entertainment. Recently I've been really, really careful with the TV shows that I watch and even the music that I listen to, because I have learned that these things are feeding seeds in our brain. And these seeds, these activities like watching adult entertainment, right? Or listening to certain type of music or watching certain TV shows, I don't not do them. I just more do them in moderation because I find myself having only that to talk about. When I watch them and that's all I'm doing, I only have those things to talk about. And I'm just constantly watering these negative, unwholesome seeds. I think that's a good point, right? I think we are all kind of conditioned to think this way and to find entertainment in this and this lack of mindfulness. And we have to help each other get out of our own conditioning and step out of our own conditioning and remind each other. And therefore, when you're eating with someone, remind them of the thing they're doing, especially when they're dwelling on their problems, especially when they're dwelling on, their relationship issues or, work issues. Especially for me, I have definitely been a victim of my situation, of my life situation. And I tend to think about and talk about these things because that's all my mind chatter has. My mind chatter has these negative thought patterns going on, and I tend to think about them. So I think it's really cool to, especially when they're dwelling on difficult times in the office or with friends, it means he is losing the present moment and he's losing the food, the appreciation for the food. The food doesn't taste just as good. It just doesn't taste as good. So we're going to do one more. And this time, I'm just going to pick a random page again. I love the sound of that. Nourishing ourselves with mindfulness. We all know that sometimes we open the refrigerator and take out an item that is not good for our health. We are intelligent enough to recognize that, but still we go ahead and eat it to cover up the uneasiness within ourselves. We consume to forget our worries and our anxieties and to repress negative energies like fear and anger. Instead of consuming, when a feeling of anxiety comes up, invite the energy of mindfulness to manifest. Practice mindfulness. Practice mindful walking and mindful breathing to generate the energy of mindfulness and invite that energy up to take care of the energy that's making you suffer. If we can practice like this, we'll have enough of the energy of mindfulness to take care of our fear, our anger, and our negative energies. Wow. How many of you eat when you're bored? I'm a victim of that, definitely. How many of you eat when you're sad? Right? How many people eat when you're angry? How many people get that hangry feeling? Like the more you're the more you're hungry, the angrier you get, and vice versa. I'm definitely a victim of those things. And instead of succumbing to the craving of food when these emotions arise, use the energy of mindfulness. These are opportunities to practice mindfulness. Instead of going to that refrigerator and getting that meal that is not going to actually satisfy you and it's actually going to make you feel worse, try and bring up mindfulness. And I think there are stages to them. And the first stage is recognizing these negative energies when they arise, right? And shining the light of your mindfulness onto them. But after you have enough practice with those, I think the next level, the next stage in your mindfulness journey should be to invite the negative energies up, because the light of your mindfulness is so bright that you're capable of facing the demons, facing the unwholesome seeds within you. And as far as nourishing ourselves with mindfulness, I think there are levels to it, right? The first level is when they arise and you find yourself getting hungry, you find yourself craving whatever's in that refrigerator, shining the light of your mindfulness on it, right? Use that as an opportunity to practice presence, to practice. But then we need to get to the next stage. We need to get to the stage of inviting and not waiting for these emotions to arise, but inviting them up and then shining our mindfulness onto them. I'm definitely not there yet, but I'll let you know when I get there. But yeah, I think that's the next stage is, inviting them up. So I think that's going to be my last quote. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Today we talked about a little bit about food. So I hope you guys are hungry after this, because I definitely am. I'm going to go eat some vegan. I made, peanut butter jackfruit noodles off of Pickup Lime's recipe guide on their website. So definitely check them out again. And also, I want to mention that in 2020, while everybody was locked down, I started a virtual book club to form a community. And now we're over 200 members. We have over 200 members in this community. We call this community WEMO Community, where education meets more opportunities, WEMO. And I want to invite you all to join the book club, because we have discussions like the one we had today, but more of a dialogue where I'm exchanging energy and I'm exchanging words with you. And so I would love for you to join the tribe there. We are just beginning to read the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I would just be so thrilled to see some of you guys in the book club. Hopefully you guys are able to make that. And lastly, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you like this video, I would invite you to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and hit that bell somewhere, because I would hate for you to miss out on the next video. And so until then, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.